Morning everyone, Kathy here from Dirty Booty Soaps, and today we're going to be making spiced mahogany soap. I'm using the tall skinny molds from Brambleberry. I'm going to put these off to the side for just a second and move this over. I've got my oils melted here together. I'm going to do basically a white bar with a couple colors in there swirled. I'm using Merlot mica from Brambleberry, and then I blended a few colors in this one. It looks like a really deep, dark, sparkly purple. What I've used is, from Nurture, I used Orchid Purple. I used Plum Dusk from Brambleberry, and I used the Super Sparkle Copper Cove from Crafter's Choice. So I put those all together here, and we'll see how it turns out in the finished bar. But that's my color scheme today. So we're going to get started. I plan on doing a pretty swirl. And then on the top, I want to save some of my soaps. I'm going to pipe. If you watched my Snow Bunny soap and you saw the way I piped on the top of that, I'm going to hopefully try and remember to do that on the top of this. I'm going to try and save soap out to pipe. So I thought that made a really beautiful top. So we're going to do that with the spiced mahogany. So without further ado, we're going to pour our lye in. This lye's been cooling since early this morning. It's soaping really cool. So we'll get this all blended up. There's so much cords over here. So I'm going to blend this to a light trace and then pour some off. This off to the side here, and I'm going to pour some off into two of these so we can color enough for a swirl and some for piping. Try and do this gracefully where I don't make too much of a mess. So we're going to pour a white into here. Scrape that in there. I just mix my colors with a little bit of my soaping oils. That way I'm not adding extra because I've already figured out my super fat. Okay, we'll pour that in there. It does look really pretty, this purple. I'm hoping it stays purple. But you never know when experimenting. I guess when I am done with this soap, I'll know, and then I can do it again. Okay, we'll put that there. And we'll pour this one in here. Good enough. I got my little placemat dirty. Oh well. So I'll set those up here for now. I'm going to take my spiced mahogany and just add a little bit into each of these. And the balance in here, because that's pretty much what I need. And we're going to blend this up, starting with the white. Nice. So I'm going to put this over in our Merlot. Then I'm going to pour a little bit off for my piping, just so I make sure to have some. Whoa, I think that's plenty. Trying to tidy the edge, so we'll leave that off to the side. I'm going to bring this over and we'll start pouring our white here, or our cream. I don't know if I'm going to get a swirl. This is really starting to thicken. I may have to do layers. See that? Let me scrape this down. That's the thing when you haven't used a fragrance oil in a while and you don't remember. I didn't make notes on this one. And obviously it accelerates. So maybe we'll do layers. Trying to get every last drop here that I can. Guess that's good enough. Now we're going to give it a little shimmy. And shimmy it down. And we'll start blending our next color here. Okay, so there's that one. Put that in there. We'll just pour some of that on the top. Yeah, this is thickening up very quickly. Let me put some more. And finally, this dark purple-y color. Okay, I'm going to clean this off a bit. I'm always trying to get every little bit I can. And we'll put put this on the top of this color. See what we got there. That's about right, I think, in all three. See, this white has really thickened. This one, oh, it's that color. We're getting there. I want it to be fairly thick. It shouldn't take too long. Anyway, let me tap these down. This one. Okay. So there's those. And, oh, my glove ripped. Let me replace this glove. I don't know how that one happened. See, I bought new gloves. And now that one ripped. No, it wasn't because of my ring either. And these are supposed to be large. It's not like I have gigantoid hands or anything. Anyway, I'll tidy this up. Check here. Those are not quite as thick as this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these, the soap, into each in its own piping bag. And then I'm going to put all three into a larger piping bag with this kind of an open star tip, which is the same tip I used doing the Snow Bunnies soap. And then we're going to do that same swirl going down. It should look really pretty. I'm hoping it'll look really pretty. Anyway, we're getting there. I just don't want it. I would do like an in the pot thing, but I'm afraid that would be too muddy looking when I went to pipe. So anyway, we'll let those thicken up just a tad, and then we'll come back and do our piping. All right, so I'm going to start prepping my bags. I don't have the tips cut off of these. I'm just putting this into a cup, and just to stand it upright while I fill it, and just scraping my individual batter each into its own bag. If you hear a noise, it's my washing machine in the background. I apologize. I had to throw a little rug in there. So now it's rinsing. Alright, so there's the white, or cream, I should say. It's not really white. So set that off to the side. And I have these little twist ties. So what I'm going to do, shake it down, make sure everything's kind of down there. And then I'm going to twist my top and put a twist tie around it so it doesn't come back out at me. So we'll just set that there, and we'll move on to the next one. Put that in there. And we'll go with the Merlot mica colored soap. These are almost too narrow, these spatulas. They're little, they're not overly efficient at scraping. I don't know. Maybe it's the operator. So as everybody, hopefully somebody wins this Powerball and Mega Millions. I'm filming this on a Thursday. We have these really big jackpots going on. Since my husband lives or works down in the U.S. on the other side of the border here, he picks us up our lotto tickets when it gets big. We don't bother when it's down there in the smaller amounts. But anyway, I couldn't imagine winning this Mega Millions. It's getting up to almost $1 billion. It's ridiculous. It's like, my husband says, what would you do with that money? I said, anything you want. You got that much money, anything you want. Anyway, good luck to everybody if you bought a ticket. And we don't go nuts. You know, we buy the $1 tickets, because, you know, really, if you think about how many people are playing, it's not increasing your odds anymore if you buy $5, $10, even $100 at this point, because there's so many people playing. Anyway, oh, come on, there we go. Let's try to get these little bits. Okay, anyway, so there's that. Scrape this down, twist it up, and then we'll be ready to put it in our big bag. Okay, so I'm going to move this. Now, as I said, I've got the bigger bag here. What I'm going to do is just snip the ends off of each one and lay it into my larger piping bag. I'm going to put this here. There's one, two, and three. Kind of shake it a bit. Now I've got them all held at the top here. I'm just going to kind of start my bag here over my cup. Just kind of make sure we're all coming out. I think that copper sparkle might be a little stubborn getting in there. But anyway, trying to put these where you can see them fairly good. That's not bad. Okay, so we'll start on this one. Here comes the copper. Like so. And then I'm going to turn my bag around and try and get some of this copper on the top. Something. There we go. All right, so we'll try this on this one. Whoa, had a blowout. Well, Something happened with the bag in there. And I don't have quite enough piping to go back down the top. So, just kind of dot the top. Come on. There we go. So that almost turned out the way I wanted it to. But unfortunately, something happened with my bag. I'm not going to do an autopsy on it to see what happened. But anyway. So there's our spiced mahogany. Now I think I'm going to give it a little shimmer on the top with some of this beautiful copper mica, just to gussy it up. Especially on the one that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. Anyway, oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Still pretty. Very pretty. Too cute, too cute. Oh, there goes my machine playing a song for me. Saying, I'm done. Come put me in the dryer. Alright, so anyway, here we go. That one was more like what I wanted it to turn out to be. This one, not so much. And then, of course, I didn't get my swirl in because it's accelerated. So, word, if you're using the spiced mahogany, it does accelerate. So, anyway, it smells wonderful. It's a really nice scent, and I think men and women will like this. So, let me bring you down here closer. Do 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 do. So there we go. That's the prettier one. And then I had my blowout. But that's okay. It should still look good on the inside, even though I didn't get a swirl. So, come back in just a second for the cut. Guys, we're back and ready to cut our spiced mahogany soap. I've already trimmed the ends off. So we're just going to get going here. I wish I could have picked a better fragrance and got it to swirl nicely, but it still turned into a cool bar of soap. So, here we go. This bar is really cool. Look at the way it's swirled here. That turned out awesome. And the purple is a little purpley. I hope it stays that way. I wasn't sure how that color would go through saponification. So I'm fairly happy with it. See here, I've got that same little swirl on the Merlot mica, which is pretty cool. And you see the piping on the top, how that came together. I am going to be doing some lotion bars probably this afternoon to put in with our Snow Bunnies gift set. So we're going to stay tuned for that video. It turned out really pretty. I'm just going to make little mini lotion bars in the shape of snowflakes to put in there. So they should turn out really nicely. Very pretty. Like I said, it's too bad I couldn't get a swirl on that because of the acceleration. But that was the last of my spiced mahogany fragrance. So there's one bottle off my shelves. I keep saying, now I gotta really use up all my fragrances. And before I go buying any more, and then I end up buying more anyway, so I'm pretty naughty, I guess. Anyway, they turned out absolutely gorgeous. And if you notice, they are discoloring. I don't know if you can see this on camera. The outside edge is a little bit darker than the inside. So this will turn probably more of a tan color. Anyway. And there are the last two. Oops, is that one? And we'll see how this other loaf came out. I'm sure similarly. Like I said, I trimmed the edges already before cutting them here. Oh, come on. There we go. It's more of an even pour, I guess, in this one. There's no little swirlies on that. At least not on the first bar. Down. Same here. This was where, this loaf, I believe, is where the white came out in a big bunch when I was piping it. Something happened. I had a blowout in there or something in my piping bags. But still really pretty. And it smells fantastic. It has notes of patchouli and I think sandalwood and such in there. Really earthy fragrance. And smells really good. I think men especially would like this fragrance as opposed to some of the more sweet soaps. Maybe, maybe not. But they turn out gorgeous. They did turn out to be a nice bar. Like so. And should be my last two. And voila. These are the last two. And there. And we'll come down again and look at some of these closer. I'm going to spread these all out and bring you down for a closer look. Again, I do like the way these curled, these swirls on the edge here, like right here. Very cute. So those ones turned out great. I love those. These are more of a somewhat even pour. None of the cuter swirls on that Merlot. But overall, I like it. I like how it turned out. You can see the sparkle from the copper sparkle that I mixed in with this color. Very cool. So overall, I'm happy with these bars. And if you'd like to see more videos, please hit subscribe. And check us out over on Facebook and Instagram and Etsy. Just search Dirty Booty Soaps or at Dirty Booty Soaps. And we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.